Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you are doing well. My subscribers, I say thank you very much, and if you are stopping by for the first time, please don't leave without subscribing to my channel. So today we are going to learn how to make this slim crossbody bag. So without taking much of your time, let me just get started. So I'm going to start with the back. This is the paper I'm using for the back. For this bag, I have 8.5 inches by 13 inches. So I'll fold it into two equal parts. So from this folded part, I'm going to take 1.5 inches. Then on this pieces side, I'm taking 6 inches. Then the down here, I'm taking 1 inch on both sides. I'll take 1 inch up this way. I'll put my measuring tape this way and take another 1 inch. So now I'm going to use my curve ruler to curve it. Our curve ruler, these two zeros should be a guide on how to place it. It has to be a guide for us on how to place our curve ruler. So now I'm going to curve it. So I've curved that, then the down also I'm going to curve it. Then I'm going to cut it out. So this is what we have for the back now. So for the belt that will be at the back, we are going to take from this 1 inch here, we take 2 inches. So our belt is going to be on these 2 inches. That is where you will fix your belt. So this is the back pattern. So we are going to pick another. So you pick another paper. This one now is 7 inches by 11.5. You also fold it into two equal parts. Make sure that your folding is equal. So after folding it, this is what I have now. So on this pieces side, I'm going to take 1/4 inch, that's 0.25. So from that point, I'm going to connect it to my down part here with a straight line. I just put my ruler on that point and slant my ruler down. This is what I did. So you can see what I did. I hope this thing is visible, but just follow my explanation if you are not really seeing it very well. So once I'm done doing that, the next thing that I'm going to do now is to take from this point, this my line now, I'm going to take from here, I'll take 2 inches this way, I'll also take 2 inches down. So I'm going to connect the 2 points together with any round object that can connect the points together. So I've connected it together. So the next thing I'm going to do now, after connecting it together, when you are drafting a pattern, don't use biro. Always use pencil, so that if there's any mistake, you can be able to correct it. So I've connected it very well. So after connecting it from up to down, so I'm going to measure the down here 1 inch, and this side 1 inch also. 1 inch up, 1 inch down. I took 1 inch here. Then this way I will also take 1 inch. So I will also connect the 2 points together with a curve. So I've connected it. So now from up here, I'm taking 4 inches down. 4 inches. So I'm going to connect the 4 inches as a straight line. From these 4 inches, I'll take 1 inch up. I'm going to connect it as a straight line also. So now that I've done this, I'm going to cut it. So I'm going to cut it shape here this way, cut the up, cut the 1/2 inch, the 1/4 inch till down, and also cut it. I'm not cutting from this, I'm cutting from this down, from the 4 inches line. I will cut it through. So this is what we have now for the upper part. So now we are going to work on this. We open it up. When we open it up, this is what we will have. So on this, my left hand side this way, I'm going to take 1 inch from this folded line. That is where the zipper, this zipper that you are seeing that is displayed there, will be. I'll take 1 inch from the middle line. I'll take 1 inch. So I'm going to connect it together. So from down here, I'm taking 2 inches up. That's if you are fixing logo. If you are fixing a logo, take 2 inches up. Just doing exactly what I just did. Connect it as a straight line. So on this line that I just connected now, from this 1 inch line, I'm taking 1.5 inches. Then from this side, I will also take 1.5 inches. So this center here is where you will put your logo. So this is it. So now we are done with this. We are going to label this front pocket 1, and then we'll label this front pocket 2. Then we will label here front pocket 3. Then we will cut through this line. I've already cut through the line. We'll cut through the line. So now this front pocket 1, 2, 3, we are going to keep it aside. So we pick another paper. This paper is this way is 10 inches and this way is 14 inches. So we'll also fold it into 2 equal parts. Fold it into 2 equal parts. Make sure that your folding is equal. So after folding it, this is what I have after folding it. So I'm going to take from here to here 1.5 inches. That's from the folded side. I'm taking 1.5 inches. While on this pieces side, I'm taking 6 inches. So I'm going to use my French curve to connect the 2 points. If you have a French curve, just watch what I'm going to do here. If you have a French curve, I will explain to you what I just did here now. See, I'm using these 2 zeros here as a guide. So I make sure that the first one gets to the tip of the paper. Then I will now connect it. So now that I've connected it, I'm going to cut it out. So after cutting it out, now this from up, you measure from up here, you measure 3.5 inches. I've already marked the line 3.5 inches. So when you measure 3.5 inches, you connect it as a straight line. Though from this pieces side, you measure on that line that you connected, you measure 1 inch. 1 inch. So from these 3.5 inches, you also measure another 3 inches down. 3 inches down. So you also connect it as a straight line. So on this 3 inches down now that you measure, you also measure 1 inch. 1 inch. So you have to connect the 2 points together as a straight line. The 2 points together. So you also measure 1 inch down here also. You can do all these things before you shape it. 1 inch here also. You connect it as a straight line. Connect it as a straight line. So you use your curve ruler to shape here because it's pointed, so you have to shape it. Use your curve ruler and shape it so that it will not be pointed. So I have shaped mine. So from this point now, I'm going to measure 1.5 inches in from this point on the first line. From this point I measure 1.5 inches in. So I'm going to measure my 1.5 inches here. From this point just I measure 1.5 inches down. So you put your ruler on this point and take your 1.5 inches. Slant your ruler the way the line is. So I'm going to connect it together with a curve. So you curve it together. So this is what I have now. So from this we measured from this, you measure from up to here is 6 inches. So from this 6 inches point, you just put your ruler this way to meet this line here and connect it. So this is what I have now. So now we are going to cut it out. So watch the way I'm going to cut it now. Then this, look at this slanted line is where we are going to cut it from. So at the end, this is what we will have. Okay, now we are going to shape it down here. As usual, we'll take 1 inch up, 1 inch down. You connect the points together using your curve object. Connect it to form a curve. Then you cut it out. So this is what we have now for our main pocket. This is what we have for our main pocket. So now we are going to cut the gusset. We are going to cut the gusset for all now. So for this zipper gusset here, that's the zip that will be here for the front pocket. You cut out 1 by 12 inches, or you measure it round. Just measure it round. To get your measurement here, you have 1/2 inch for your seam allowance. So that's for this, the one that will be up here that you sew to your zipper. That's this way. Then the one that will be down, okay, sorry, for this, it will be like this when you are done sewing. It will be like this. So for the gusset that will be around here, you will also measure it round. After sewing your zip here, you measure it round, and what you get on your own, you cut it out. But for this, I have 18.5 inches by 1.5. That's the one that will be here. So the zip I'm going to fix here, I'm going to use a tab, zip tab here, that will be here, that I will sew to my zip. So this zip tab, I will cut a lining for it exact size. It will be here, then my zip will continue from here. So for this zip tab, I have this cut out for it. So the size is 1.25 inches by 2 inches. That's for this. So I'll keep this aside. Now for this main front, zip will be here, this place. So you have to measure this circumference to know what you have here. You're going to sew a zip here. So after that, the gusset that will be down, that's by the time you put here, the gusset that will be on this side, you measure where this stop, where this one stop, you measure from there to where this stop to get your down gusset, and also add your seam allowance that we use to join this and the down gusset together. So for mine, I'm using this I have here is 21.5 inches by 2.5 inches. So that's what my down gusset. So I'm going to shape it. So what you will do is that you fold it into two. When you fold it into two, you measure from this pieces side, you measure 7.5 inches down. I've already marked it. You come to this side also, you measure 7.5 inches down. I've also marked it. So at this end here, you measure 1/4 inch. You take 1/4 inch on the right side, take 1/4 inch on the left side. Then you now use your ruler and slant it from this 1/4 inch. You connect it to that 7.5 inches and mark it on both sides. Then we cut it out. So when you cut it out, this is what you will have. You see that the middle is wider than the tip. So this is for the main body gusset of this. So this now brings us to the end of this tutorial. The next tutorial is going to be on the sewing aspect of this bag. But if you have watched so far and you have not subscribed to my channel, kindly do so to support me. Like my videos, share my videos. Thank you for watching. See you in the next tutorial.